One of the questions that I get a lot is what goes into the wand off every single week? How do we put that all together? So I'm going to show you guys today a little bit of what goes into the process of what makes the wand off and what you actually end up hearing in the finished product of the Wiggle Room wand off. So this season we reached a point where the wand-offs were getting out of hand and it was taking me so long on a Monday to go through everything. So I got some help from two guys in Randy Newpel and Jason Curtis Rivera, and so they go through the submissions before I come in and make the final cut. What they do is they upload everything as it comes in, the stuff that has a chance to make the show, and it goes to a SoundCloud profile that we created just for the wand off. So we have a Google sheet where every single entry that we get that we're thinking about putting into the show gets listed with the artist name, the song that's parodied, and ultimately what Casey Kasem is going to call that artist if it gets into the show. So I've also gone through the list so far, and I've got kind of like a heat map of the entries where green, to me, that's top 5. You're in the show, where all the way below yellow is, you know, you're in honorable mention territory. Orange is below honorable mention territory, and red and dark red is shouldn't even be on the Dropbox. Nobody should ever hear this. I'm especially excited for this week because not only is Josh Wigler going to be in the studio with me to do the Wiggle Room live in the studio for the first time this season, but he is also being picked up from the airport by Nick Majorano. So we're going to have Josh and Nick with us for this edition of the Wand Off. Okay. Nick, well, I'm just having fun here. That I don't mean to offend you in any way.
My feelings are hurt,
and that takes a lot of work to hurt Nick Majorano's feelings, considering he doesn't have any. So to dig in so deep that you discover the 1% of feeling.
Yeah, that was not my intention.
On the drive home, I'm going to be crying.
I'll console you. Do you need me to drive? Is it stick shift or auto?
Is that a sexual joke?
No, it's...
Stop right there! You wanna know right now! Before you go any further, this is Wanda.
Overall, there's two big things that I'm looking for. The first is the overall quality of the sound, the music that is actually submitted to the wand off. So it is a beautiful rendition, but it's you know, this is like, it's like American Idol of like it's about song choice, and I feel like that it's a tough call to slow down a wand off song, where you sort of like I would say up tempo is typically the way to go on the wand off. Number 2, and even more importantly, how funny is the song? Will it kill Josh Wigler when we play it? And if something has the second thing but doesn't have the first, I'll definitely consider it. But if it has the first thing and doesn't have the second thing, if it's not going to potentially crack Josh up, then I probably won't end up putting it into the mix.
Dude, Chris, that throw was great. That throw was great, Chris.
That throw was
great. Dude, Chris, that throw was great. That throw was great.
Yes.
Wah, wah, wah.
Oh my god.
Wah, 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 wah.
Where the fuck was Ghost Island?
I just grabbed the buff for your new dog and Wendell
Beneficiary might not be beneficiary, might not be beneficiary, might not be beneficiary, might not be beneficiary.
That was a hit jam from Christina Cha Millionaire.
Everybody says their words wrong out there. Quit ragging on Chris.
I've been so impressed with the talent level of the people that are listening to the podcast and taking the time to spend all of these hours and hours composing these Wandoff tracks. Like, it's really amazing, just all of the people that are working on these things. And I'm so happy that we have this SoundCloud file where we can, instead of just taking 5 seconds of something and then throwing it away, or something that somebody worked really hard on, now we're able to share that with all of the patrons of the podcast.
Number 3 this week comes to us by a long-standing Wandoff duo. Will and Shannon are back this week.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, you big Will and Shannon
Yeah,
stan?
they always deliver.
Yeah, they're great.
But, you know,
They're
I can't, like, vote for them every week, but they always deliver.
Right. No, Wandoff is ridiculous. The fact that, like, this, I don't know. Like, the
effort,
people
the
who
skill.
don't like it, that's totally fine. But, like, I have found this to be, like, the people who are passionate about it. I've never been involved in a thing that, like, people have enjoyed more.
Well, I hear from people often too, like, they'll be like, "Oh, I was at work," and then I like just started like bursting out laughing.
I hear that all the
and,
time.
at my...
That's worth so much more to me than the people who don't want to listen to it. Like, just don't listen to it.
Yeah.
That's totally fine. But, like, when I hear those stories of, like, I was driving home and was, like, taking a sip of coffee and I splashed it all over the windshield because it was ridiculous. I don't think I've heard that exact story. But stuff like that, like, that's so funny. Like, just to know that, like, we live in dark times, guys. Dark times. And if you could produce some laughs, I feel like that's if nothing else, if we're doing that, then that's great. That's awesome.
If
you're watching this on the video, I've got a Wiggler's Worms, as Nick calls them, a Wiggler's Wombat hat.
What's your reaction to the hats?
Again, a self-promotion. This is all he does. And he finds a way to do it and seem innocent. I know it's such BS. It is BS. And you know it. Look at you. You're smiling. You're touching your chin hairs. I don't like it.
Josh's hats are bad.